First off, and most importantly, we will increase the number of uniformed officers on our streets. We know that in order to deter crime, it is very, very important to have a high police uniform presence on our street. We call this, in police lingo, boots on the ground. These uniformed officers will aggressively address nuisance complaints on the corner. Secondly, part of the plan involves identifying and training community neighborhood specialists, which are such an integral part of our community. These neighborhood specialists will be trained in the situational policing model. The difference there is we are providing them training. Now, at this point, you're probably saying, what is situational policing? And I guess the best way I can tell you is probably through presenting different examples. First of all, situational policing recognizes that each neighborhood in Wilmington is unique. They have different crime problems. Secondly, the involvement from the community may be different. There's a whole variety of reasons for that. However, our community neighborhood specialists will work together, coordinate resources, and attack those concerns and crime problems through different strategies. Now let me go with the examples. Say a neighborhood has a burglary trend, and we have high community involvement. What does high community involvement mean? Those community folks are calling in suspicious persons that are roaming their streets and their neighborhoods. Our uniformed officers stop them, ascertain what are they doing. It may lead to an arrest, or if it doesn't, we provide that intel to our criminal investigative unit. We know through experience that these suspicious persons lead to, and often are, our burglars that are terrorizing the neighborhoods and kicking in their doors. And more importantly, after these individuals are arrested, if we link them to other crime trends, that's when we go before the judicial process, have them identified as habitual, and make every amends to keep them off the street. Now, I want to refer to one other example too. Nuisance properties. We know the community knows who the violent offenders are out there, just like the police do, and they know who out there are the nuisance landlords and problems in their block. The neighborhood specialists will work and first approach that landlord. See if they're going to get with the program. Sometimes our landlords do not properly screen the residents they place in there. Sometimes the community involvement will give those landlords specifically letters explaining to them their concerns. Now, like I said, we have to work with them first. But another tactic, if they choose not to work with us, is to pursue nuisance abatement. And that is coordinating several responses. Not only police, it's going to involve other city law departments like license and inspection. And essentially what you are doing is you're building enough case law against that landlord where you will go forward in a civil injunction or action against them once the court determines what kind of court restrictions we can place against the landlord that is causing causing the problems for the neighbors. Situational police modeling is important. Another part of this public safety plan is establishing a street crime unit. And this street crime unit is going to respond to in-progress felony crimes out there on the corners. We also have a gun unit, but we're going to be expanding our gun unit. Our gun unit essentially investigates and follow up on firearm instances. For example, stolen guns, guns that have their serial numbers scratched out. But I said we're expanding, and we are expanding that unit through resources with the ATF. We will have a liaison officer that will be in constant communication with the ATF and our detectives that investigate this plan. The ATF, we have a commitment from them. They will jointly work with us to address fire-related complaints, and in particular gun violence on our streets. Now, I want to say something that's very critical. We need state resources, and we need the federal law enforcement agencies. We have met with the U.S. Department of Justice, and I do know that our Delaware Attorney General, Bo Biden, is listening to us. If you look in the paper recently, you can see some substantial cash bails that are being awarded to these violent offenders. I would encourage you that after this conference that you attend his press conference today in the State Building, where he's going to be laying out some of these initiatives too. In regards to our police officers, we know they are out there every day doing their job, putting their lives on the line. We will continue to maintain our professionalism here within the Department of Police. We will continue to train our officers. We do see the importance of our senior officers. They have the knowledge and experience, and we will be pulling on the specialized units to place them back in the Uniformed Services Division to help impart that knowledge to our younger officers. That is key. Not only do we have to provide training, but we have to use more advanced scientific research and technology to prevent, investigate, and solve crimes. We have obtained grants, and our first thing we are going to be addressing is upgrading our CAD system. CAD is Computer Aid Dispatch. In particular, officers are going to have real-time crime information, statistics. In addition, on their screen, they will have the list of calls. And why is that important? Because some community members call things in and get frustrated when they see the officer drive by that call on that corner. Well, now that information is going to be presented right before their eyes that they can address that without even being dispatched. Also, there is this safety issue that we are addressing with technology. We are placing cameras in the police car, and our officers are going to be wearing portable cameras on their uniforms. This is for their safety. You know, we have unfortunately sustained a blow recently to our law enforcement community, especially with the city of Wilmington. Justin Wilkers is a fine officer, and we know that he is going to make full recovery. But we want to equip our officers with the technological resources that they need to do their job. We will continue to work closely with labor, elected officials, city departments, community stakeholders to create safe neighborhoods in the city of Wilmington. This new public safety plan will work. However, like any plan, we need the community support. As the Chief of Police for the Wilmington Police Department, I know our officers are out there doing their job every day. They are arresting and charging violent offenders. However, there are some initiatives that we can do with the help of the community to help secure that this plan works. In particular, is the substantial increase of cash bail for violent offenders committing crimes with a gun. Secondly, reducing the amount of pleading down of charges when a gun is involved. For example, our officers are out there on the streets. They charge a violent offender with 5 charges. It may be robbery, it may be possession of a deadly weapon, possession of a deadly weapon within a school zone. And then when you present the court case to the judicial system and all of a sudden all those gun charges are dropped, you think, oh my God, here it comes. They get out, revolving door, back again, back out on our streets. So, I am telling you, as the Wilmington Police Department, we are going to do our job to create safer neighborhoods. The revolving door of offenders quickly offending and returning back to the streets has to end. We must get rid of this low cash bail or the ability to plead down gun charges. It is essential because we don't want to make it easy for criminals to return back to our streets after multiple offenses. We need to make our streets safe and our communities safe. So we asked upon the public to get up with your state legislators, attend Beau Biden's press conference, and listen, and let the legislators know that bail reform and sentencing reform has to be done. Thank you.